There we go. I had to fix some bitrate issues. Okay, bitrate's good to go. Gotta make sure YouTube thumbnail is up to date once again. Oh, if I don't have notifications turned on for me, or else this will be really annoying. You know, YouTube wants to say, oh, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications, ring the bell, inject something, overdose on gummy bears or gummy vitamins. All that stuff. Oh, let's go ahead and get started. I keep on increasing my library of replays, so I have more and more replays stored up. One of these days, once I just take off a whole week, I'm going to do like one massive stream to get through all the backlog of potential replays for Code 1 and Code 2. But let's go ahead and get started. We'll do this replay here. And I realized my Twitch is having been control. So that should fix that up. Not a professional day, that's for sure. And I got music going, perfect. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replays on North Side as the Blue Apothecary with Gran Tovich. Spawn as the opposition as the Red Ravener Alpha. We have Olev. Somebody seemed a little bit off by the audio when he did that burrowing. That seems fine enough. Maybe ever since I got this new headset, the sound just seemed a little bit off to me. I wonder if ever it seems off in the replay. Apothecary does claim up the power point, as the scouts do claim the requisition point. The Ravener Alpha is going straight for power. The Termagants do capture this requisition point, and the Hormagaunts do capture up the power and BP. Ravener Alpha does get a couple volleys off, but we do have the hyper health regen of the Apothecary Ore. The Apothecary himself has received a bit of fire. And focusing down right now will force him to stop capturing so he can heal himself, allow him to go ahead and re-engage. Scouts making their way forward. And I heard combat shotguns. This squad would be immediately up for the combat shotguns. The Hormagaunt squad is falling back. There's a Termagant to capture the left flank. Actually, no, this is actually a second squad of Hormagaunts. A little bit uncommon to see a second squad of Hormagaunts. Usually see two Termagants rather than two Hormagaunts. This one is being activated. Shotguns will take a bit of time to clean it up, but it will clean up eventually. This point has been powered up as well, so has this one. Just got upgraded. We may see some generators out sooner rather than later. This point is down half health. I don't believe Hormagaunts can repair up metal. I don't think they ever learned how to use a wrench. They know how to use their own guns, but not a wrench. Ravener Alpha making a volley right there, getting some damage on the Tactical Marine squad. He will deactivate this point, give him a little extra time. That's the Ravener hole. And now the Apothecary is advancing. Apothecary has regenerated enough energy to get off another reach healing ability. And the point will be deactivated now. We got another Ravener hole here as the Hormagaunts are captured this requisition hole here. Second shotgun squad. No, that's still the same shotgun squad. Wait, did he lose his scout squad? Because both the scouts are right here. Actually, there's a scout I can't select here. What's going on? Oh yeah, that scout's over here. Some reason I couldn't select it earlier, but he may have lost his scout squad based on the ordering. If I missed, that's a pretty big loss. Not a massive loss, but still, some don't want to lose this early on. Tactical Marine squad is being gathered from melee by the Hormagaunts. They do get forced back. The scout squad with some quite good fire from the other squad of Hormagaunts as well. Scouts almost slowed down there. Pop Fury now receives a substantial amount of fire there and do fall back as well. Let's take a quick look at the... Yeah, there's 3 scout models there. He did lose an entire squad of scouts. That's a sizable loss this early game. I say sizable, they're cheap. They didn't look like they're upgraded. But still something you don't want to do in this game, because you want this time to get add some power generators rather than trying to get scouts replaced. This power generator may go down. Scout squad can go forward before a peak repair. It did not, and does go ahead and get a nice flank on this squad here. They only have the shotgun blast ability. They do not have the sergeant for the grenade. And the Ravener Alpha will fall back in time. The Hormagaunts do not manage to capture the point here. And now got Ravener Brood to support out the Ravener Alpha. But for a lot of range damage, he could upgrade them to melee weapons. They also form a jump infantry, so they will be effective versus, say, Devastators when they pop up.
Understood.
No, that's their job, the Raveners, to pop
Research
up. To
cancelled.
be deployed.
Generator operational.
We do have the Ravener Alpha and the Hormagaunts do pop out of the building. Out of the hole, we do have, of course, the Ravener squad engaged well, getting some great damage onto that scout squad while knocking back the tactical marines. Hormagaunts are quite low. They do fall back. They're prone to being wiped. There's 2 models remaining, so they will escape on out. Both of these squads are falling back as well. Overall, good engagement there by the Ravener Alpha, but overall, I believe he did sustain a bit more bleed. But he wins the fight, and now he can take the time to capture some points. So, 2 generators here. All 3 Synapse generators are down here.
One of our generators is under attack.
Scouts ready.
Scouts are capturing up that requisition point. You have the power generator here now being focused down. Now the power generator does go down, so nice pick there, the power generators. And this scout squad does fall back, forced back by the Ravener Brood.
Has reached one of our strategic points.
After that point there, we do have the Ravener Tunnel here, deploying out some units. The Ravener Alpha may jump in as well. We got the 2 scout squads here. Okay, we'll tap the Ravener Brood up in melee, but they do jump forward onto the Tactical Marine squad. The nice knockback there, and allowing to get another volley off. And they'll go ahead and tie up the Tactical Marines in melee, as long as the Termagants start engaging from range. Those Termagants do reasonably well, or Hormagaunts, not Hormagaunts, Ravener Broods do reasonably well in melee without their melee upgrade there. He does, the Pop Fury does heal himself right there, but getting overwhelmed by the Hormagaunts, Termagants, and Warrior, and the Ravener Brood. Ravener Brood, of course, has 2 models there. Not sure what ability was utilized there. Assault Marines have been deployed on out. Does get a nice jump onto the Hormagaunts, forcing them back, and now the power node being deactivated.
Enemy has destroyed one of our structures.
Hormagaunts do receive a nice knockback there by the shotgun blast.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
And the Hormagaunts do fall back. Assault Marines do not stop the unit from crawling into the Ravener tunnel. There are 2 Rangers just there by the Ravener Alpha, and he has a lot of resources stockpiled up. We may see Tier 2 for the Valkyrie real soon as well. Ravener Brood jumps forward, doesn't jump forward far enough. And these Raveners or Termagants need to fall back there. Ravener Alpha still engaging at range. No upgrades on either hero just yet, and now the Assault Marines jump down in, knocks back the Ravener Alpha. Hormagaunts now pop on out, trying to help the Assault Marines up in melee. Gets a nice shotgun blast there by the Scouts. And here goes another Hormagaun and the Termagants now popping on out. Assault Marines are a little bit outnumbered. They do fall back there now. Ravener Alpha is quite good as well. Assault Marines do have all their models there. Just drop a model there now. The Apothecary has been upgraded with the Purification Rods, giving a knockback heal. Ravener Alpha does escape into the Ravener Tunnel. This Hormagaunts brood will need to fall back. They're severely wounded. Both the Hormagaunts do fall back. So do the Termagants. Both got mass retreat by the Ravener Alpha. The Ravener Tunnel has been cleaned on up. Tier 2 being researched there by the Apothecary. We'll likely see a Tyrant Guard relatively soon. That's pretty a staple in most Tyranid forces. What else can they pull out besides... Oh, it's getting out Venom Brood. Venom Brood being deployed out. The Venom Brood cost is mostly requisition.
Understood.
I'm trying to think. I'm also... another Zenith real quick, I think. I'm trying to think what else has been going tier 2. Zenith's a big one. I forget what the other one is called, the smaller one. Got a Capillary Tower now deployed now. The Hormagaunts gain some good damage on the Assault Marines. One of the Hormagaun squads does get wiped out, however. The other Hormagaun squad is falling back, receives a lot of fire there from the Tactical Marines. Now the one last model, it also gets wiped out. Losing both of those Hormagaunts is a big loss in attack pressure. Now he's just relying on his 2 Ravener broods out on the field in order to provide some field support. Actually, no, that's a Venom Brood there. It was a bit bugged out with the icon there. We got the Venom Brood, Ravener Brood, and the Termagant Brood. The Termagant Brood needs to go around capturing points. It is a cheap, weak unit. Best suited for capping at this point in time and converts all those squads. Apothecary being upgraded to the Anointed Power Axe.
We shall make it so.
Venom Brood and the Termagant are advancing. We do have a upgrade on the Ravener Alpha. All 3 slots been upgraded there. Great knockback heal there. Termagants need to fall back. They need to fall back in time. Venom Brood are trying to escape on as well. Venom Broods are not exactly the best at melee. Short range. What was that jump? Now is a good time to start talking about the Ravener Brood's upgrade. Corrosive Devourer improves range weapon, particularly effective against heavy infantry. Passively increases damage resistance against vehicles by 50%. Also grants corrosive shot ability, which simply increases damage output against vehicles. So he's gone for a lot of anti-vehicle weapon. With it combined with the Venom Brood, should be able to deal with vehicles as they start being put out. Likely we may see a Dreadnought. That's pretty standard a lot of Apothecary play. I'm not sure what that is. That Spore Mines or Rippers? And we got another fresh Ravener Brood. They decide to jump away over here as the Ravener Brood's Termagants and the Ravener Alpha are making their advance, trying to get some good damage on these forces. The Assault Marine squad does fall back. See the other upgrades for the Ravener Alphas. I really don't see the Ravener Alpha all too much. I really don't know the upgrades all too well. We got the Regenerate, which increases health and regen. 5 health regen per second. That's actually quite significant. And we also got the Synapse for damage. Improves the damage of allied units by 25% in a radius of 25. So it's a pretty good Synapse. It's a high health, or extra health and really good health regen. We should be able to provide that bonus for quite some time while be able to have a good support weapon as well. Raveners are just charging forward, eating out these forces. None of these Raveners are actually quite wounded as well. Both the Scout Squads do fall back. We got the Tactical Marine had their ability activated, but that's severely wounded. They need to fall back sooner rather than later. Couple of Ravener models going on down, one for each squad. It does get a nice heal there with the Tactical Marine squad, so that's one reason why he didn't troop back. An excellent heal by the Apothecary. Venom Brood making their advance, and the Termagants getting ripped apart. We have a Capillary Tower here. And Venom Brood's trying to pitch in some long-range damage. We do now have a Tyrant Guard to go on the field, which will be a nice frontline unit for the Raveners. Tier 3 being researched by the Apothecary. He may be going straight for... He actually has enough red points for a Orbital Strike. Holy crap, how long has this game gone on? 13 15 minutes, so this is a lot of red points for the Apothecary. He has this option of either Terminators will be dotting for the Apothecary, or Horrible Strike, and then get out Predator or other heavy stuff. Ravener Alpha does receive some fire there for Ravener Squad. Both Ravener Squads in this region, Assault is still trying to pursue them. Looks like the Tyrant Guard has been deployed on out. The Ravener Alpha is still pretty high health. His extra health regen will make him just able to sustain multiple engagements. Raveners are jumping on forward. We'll be forcing back the Tactical Marine Squad. We'll create some plasma guns here. Ravener Tunnel being built. And here comes a Ravener. Doesn't need to destroy the Ravener Tunnel there, so we'll get out some his units push forward.
That's a good position.
And we do have the VP now being captured on up.
Understood.
Right now, the VPs are a bit more in favor towards the Ravener Alpha, having 80 extra tickets compared to his Apothecary opponent. Tyrant Guard pushes the way forward. Now we've got some Terminators out on the field. That's where he spends red points. He still has 230, so the cost of 300 red points. Probably pretty close to getting out some more Terminators if it saves up for it. Save those red points. Tyrant Guard receiving lots of fire there. The Plasma Pistol, as well as various weapons, just constantly whittling the Tyrant Guard. And now he's getting stuck on by the Assault Marines. He needs support, and the Assault Marines are getting their Melta Bomb upgrade. Raveners are pushing their way forward. This one's not fully reinforced. It falls back towards the hatchery for Bowman, or the Hive. There you go, now he's fully reinforced. Someone needs some extra health regen. He can go ahead and burrow the Tyrant Guard to get some extra health regen. Termagant's going around capturing some points, but will be overwhelmed by the 2 shotgun-equipped scouts. In fact, he could get some charges on them. I usually don't see and we've got the Heavy Flamer upgrade on the Terminator Squad. That is a relatively rare item to see on Terminators. He was fighting against the Hormigons, so I would definitely, that's very much worth it. Against the Raveners, it may be better to go for the Assault Cannon. Cyclone Missile Launcher wouldn't be half bad either. Another Tyrant Guard being deployed on out by the Ravener Alpha. Are going to make a soft retreat, a little bit outnumbered by all these forces. Both the Tyrant Guards now advancing. Does get a nice snare on the Apothecary, not being upgraded with the combat stimulant equipment. Apothecary himself is falling back. The Terminators are decently melee. They will go ahead and fall on back. Tactical Marines are receiving some fire there from the Ravener Alphas as the Terminators are captured at the point there. Over here, the Ravener Alpha does not decapture the point, and the Assault Marines will go ahead and rip for that tunnel. Tyrant Guard's pushing way forward. This one's going to take the opportunity to get some health. Tyrant Guard is engaging melee. We do have the Melta Bomb thrown onto the Tyrant Guard, but he will go ahead and sprint away, and with the long timer, he does go ahead and take a bit of time for him to actually get snared right there. Just get a nice little snare there with the Termagants there. Gets a knockback there on the Apothecary. As the Hive Tyrants are Hive Guard are pushing their way forward. Got the Taurus and Termagants, Venom Brood, and the Ravener Alpha engaging as well. This Tyrant Guard needs to fall back. He does get a nice special attack there, but looks like he will get overwhelmed. Gets a nice charge there, down to 100 health. Needs to just run back the base. He's going forward from Melta Bomb, trying to get the kill there on the Tyrant Guard. Down to 60 health there. And he will get the Melta Bomb off, which should secure the kill of the Tyrant Guard. It does go down there to the Melta Bomb. However, he may have lost a scout in that engagement. No, it's just the scout squads do fall back in time. Flame pushes way forward. Does get a nice snare there on Terminator Squad, slowing them down quite a bit. They can't keep their order. Hawkeye receiving a lot of fire there as well. Trying to save his Terminator, trying to run it back to get reinforcements. We got another Venom Brute, a third Venom Brute being deployed on by the Ravener Alpha. The Marines receiving quite a bit of fire there from these forces. Do them jump somewhere? Oh, that's a horrible jump. Venom Brutes will make short work with the generators. Shotgun squads eyeing for a knockback, but they get ripped apart there by the Ravener Alpha. Raveners. Cannon Guard falling on back. Does get a nice knockback there on the Apothecary, as the Submarines get a nice knockback on that entire force right there. Apothecary still receiving quite a bit of fire there. We got the other Venom Brute squads advancing. Does get a nice knockback there onto the Ravener squad. Submarines do fall back behind, as the Termagant squad capturing up the flanks. Speaking of Terminators are still being reinforced. He's low in resources, low in requisition. Keep the Terminator back a little bit more to get that reinforcements. He's pushing way too far forward.
Do not let his sacrifice be in vain.
He does get his reinforcement now. It's fully healed and reinforced. Good damage there. We got the Assault Marines jumping on in. Gets a nice knockback there on the Raveners. They could try jumping away themselves. Good heal there onto the Assault Marines. Getting back to help. The Apothecary does fall back as the Ravener squad getting tied up in melee by the Venom Brutes. Both Venom Brutes do fall back. And the Ravener Alpha is the only thing that's remaining in the front line now. That's going to fall back right there as he forces start to capture the other points. It's going to burrow to right there. Somebody's doing jump on board, immediately rushes that fresh burrow. The Ravener Brute is falling back, severely wounded. Raveners making their advance, getting some good damage there onto the Tactical Marine squads. They are being upgraded to Sergeant now. They see a shotgun nut back there. Jumping in somewhere, I'm not sure where. They jump backwards, get some more range. The other squad jumps back as well. Iron Guard advancing, gets some great hits there. These guys got knocked back, I'm not sure from what. Marines being focused out by the Ravener Brutes. Does get a nice little flame ability there from the heavy flamer of the Terminators. They're a bit hard to see, but he is firing a flame barrage right there. Venom Brute's pushing way forward. Looks like Venom Brute actually now has an upgrade on the Death Spitters. I haven't seen that upgrade yet. He's an infantry weapon. Yep, now another squad of Death Spitters floating out. This has to be a relatively new upgrade, and I've never seen this upgrade before. So Venom Brutes now have a powerful infantry upgrade. So he has a lot of infantry weapons available for the Ravener Alpha. And seeing that he's playing against Apothecary, he's likely just going to go straight for infantry, not clown tanks. Terminators do lose a model right there, getting overwhelmed by the Venom Spitters. This one's still here. It looks like this one has been guarded the range Nats. Ravener Brood. Let's see. Nearby Termagant and Ravener Brutes receive 25% improved range damage and 25% improved health, which is actually a powerful upgrade for his current composition. That's why he went for that earlier. Ooh, that Ravener Alpha getting annihilated. Way too much force here. A lot of range damage. good engagement there, but this gets snared by the Termagants. Half the Marine squad is getting overwhelmed. The Turbo Meter needs to fall back reinforcements. He's going for a Predator now, seeing all the Venom Brutes being upgraded that not vehicle weapon means they're vulnerable to vehicle weapons, or to a vehicle itself. He still has one Venom Brute here, and the Ravener Alpha can mark vehicles for targets, so he still has anti-vehicle quite a bit. And now the Ravener Alpha is upgraded to tier 3. Predator Enforcement upgrade the extra armor, gives extra armor. Venom Brute firing away. As he starts throwing rounds into the Termagants, that's like the greatest aim from the target. He's hit that Venom Brute. Marines do force back the Venom Brute, gets one model there, as the Tyrant Guard is chasing down the Scout Squad. Over here we do have the Termagants and Ravener Alpha making way forward. We may see the marked target there from the Ravener Alpha. Maybe not, he may be low in energy. The Venom Spitter now has a really high rate of fire and does some great damage right there. Apothecary needs to fall back as well. If I were to get wiped out, the Apothecary gets wiped out by the Tyrant Guard. And, okay, sort of interrupts that kill animation. Scouts trying to recover up the Predator now. The Predator is down below half health. And the Apothecary has been redeployed. There, the Ravener Brute does receive a nice shotgun blast there as well. Terminator, one model advancing, using the immolate ability, and so it's now trying to burn the Raveners. Tyrant Guard advancing, but still quite damaged. And it's got the Venom Brute and Ravener Alpha push way forward. The Phoenix will get the kill there, and does get the kill there on the Predator. Terminator will need to fall back. However, the Apothecary doesn't have a lot of VPs remaining. He can't fall back. Best to avoid to ignore the Tyrant Guard at this moment in time.
Those who hold fast to the Emperor are never truly defeated.
It looks like the Apothecary has backed out of the game. This is Andrew saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. I also need to, before I enter the next replay, I'm going to double check the audio settings because it feels like audio sort of messing up in my headset. I'm not sure how it feels like to you guys, but I want to check one thing. Set. Yeah, I think it's this tends to bug out with Dawn of War 2. It's like supposed to be full surround sound. It really does bug out Dawn of War 2. It gets a lot of... This game was not made for surround sound, to say the least. Can I change that? These windows... What's Pro Logic? Oh wait, maybe this will help out? Let's give that a try. Oh, did my game crash? Oh, it reloads. Yeah. Sounds the same. Hopefully it just gets fixed from that. Well, let's go ahead and find out. Go to the next replay. Be fine.
To cover.
Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as a red tech marine with Ugg, the 8th man. Spawn on the north side as the forest hero Solentinus. Sostenus. Close enough. In comparison to the Eldari 2, a human, Ugg the 8 man is actually quite the fitting name. We do have, of course, double scout opener, got Guardians into Howling Banshees, but not going for another Guardian squad.
The humans have come. Support structure complete.
Over here, Guardian squad making an advance. They are behind some heavy cover there, in a good position, and the Guardian squad does fall back.
Adding warp generator.
We got 2 power generators now deployed on out.
The foe seeks to deprive
And
us
the
of
power
vital
point now being
resources.
captured on up. We do got the scout squad advancing, trying to throw some holes there into the Farseer.
We shall capture it. Proceeding to next position.
Generator operational.
And getting some good damage onto the scout squad with whatever pistol she has. I'm not sure what's called. Pulse pistol? Scout squad eyeing to capture the left flank. The Farseer is here. You have a ranger being deployed on out for the Farseer. Tech Marine is advancing, being upgraded the Mastercraft Bolter. If I remember correctly, that gives them a snipe shot. Tactical Marine squad getting ripped apart by the Howling Banshees. We got the snipe shot now available. He could have potentially finished off that Guardian right there if you got that snipe shot off onto it. 140 snipe damage, and he had less than 60 health. Tactical Marines eyeing to get inside this garrison, trying to avoid the Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees is now in a full retreat right there, so is the Tactical Marines. Sniper, Ranger, getting some off shots there onto the Tech Marine. Tech Marine may find another counter snipe. Going a little bit too far forward. The base defense is right there. He almost went to the base defenses.
We have our prize.
Scouts trying to decapture this point. They may get a good shotgun blast there onto the Farseer.
Banshees have howled their last.
And the Howling Banshees did drop a couple models there. One of the models was being reinforced. It was actually not fully reinforced before pushing the way forward, but she did still drop a model. We do have the aspect of strength being researched there by the Howling Banshees, which of course gives them the anti-vehicle weapon with the Oshtark leader, or Exarch leader, I should say.
We shall wield them with our
And we do got the EP being captured on up, these forces being healed, reinforced, and Tactical Marines making their way forward as well. Scout will find a shot there on, or the Rangers will find a scout. Shot on the scout. Can't speak today. And it's going to fleet foot away. He's being upgraded with the Pathfinder gears now. And does potentially get a kinetic blast as the knockback shot there onto the scouts eventually. Guardians throwing some rounds there onto the power node, trying to be activated. Scout squad is falling back. Good damage onto it. And a second Ranger squad has put up by the Howling Banshees, going for a lot of back range support. May need a bit more front line support.
Adding warp generator.
Let's find some shots there on that Tech Marine. Does receive a snipe shot there from the Tech Marine itself and finish off that model there.
Ranger squad here.
Tactical Marines tying up the Guardian squad in melee. They do perform better in melee than Guardians, but the Howling Banshees are now in melee themselves. Nice shotgun blast there onto the Howling Banshees. Suppresses them, but they will go ahead and tie up the Marines in melee once again. But they are still receiving a lot of shotgun blasts there. Tactical Marines may drop a model there. They do drop a model there as the Howling Banshees is still in pursuit.
Normal pace, Eldar.
Rangers may find a blast or two there onto the tactical marine squad. Do get inside the garrison, will keep them safe from the Howling Banshees, but not safe from the Rangers. This Ranger squad does fall back in time. This one here may receive a shot, won't wipe it out. Best throw shots there onto the scout squad, which he does. This guard Banshee will need to fall back, severely wounded, and may receive a shotgun blast to finish it off. There were some melee shots there as well. The Howling Banshee squad will barely skip on out of there. Grab grenade thrown there, but it was a horrendous miss. And I shouldn't say horrendous at that point. We have 3 generators deployed out here and 3 generators here. We do have the Guardians weapon team now being deployed on out by the Farseer, while the Tech Marine is still content on 3 squads.
Tools for the task.
Tools for the task. Yep, he's going for the battle group now, which allow him to throw plasma grenades, as well as slow it on shields, as well as improve, like, was it health and damage, or just health?
Our guardians have given their lives for our cause.
Let's get another nice snipe shot there from the Tech Marine. Tech Marine will type the Guardian in melee. It looks is more favorable in melee rather than the Guardians. Howling Banshee is pushing their way forward. We got one nice knockback shot there from the Rangers.
They have fielded foot troops.
Howling Banshee receive a nice shotgun knockback there, but they do, of course, suppress the Tech Marine. Rangers still pushing way forward. Farseer and Guardian Weapon Team Guardian Weapon Team is set on up, but it's finding his unit in heavy cover there. Good damage there onto the Howling Banshees, and the Tech Marine does fully go down thanks to the Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees in pursuit there, as the Farseer does get a nice special attack there, knocking back the Space Marines.
Losing a victory objective.
These forces could go ahead and take time to capture those points. They throw the Guardian Weapon Team inside the garrison. Not really needed though.
Remain out of sight.
We're just going to try to destroy these generators, going for some gen bashing.
There is no glory in pointless defeat.
Ever alert.
The Rangers of course can spot the Guardian's Weapon Teams. Guardian Weapon Team is getting some good damage there onto the generators. And this scout squad will get a nice flank there, but the Rangers, of course, do spot them. And they may receive a shock, knockback shot there. Yes, right before he throws a grenade, he's eyeing for a grenade on these squads. Does go ahead and disrupt the Guardian Weapon Team there. It does force him to retreat back entirely, as this one Ranger squad does receive a shotgun blast, knocking him back as well. This one does get knocked back as well. It needs to fall back as well down to one last model. It's still prone to being wiped there. Of course, here gets special attack, but rolls a big whiff. 25 health, but he will skip out that Ranger squad. Howling Banshees making their advance once again. And the Tech Marine has been redeployed.
New warriors are available to join the battle.
Tier 2 has been researched by both players. We've got the refractor field for the Tech Marine, which will allow him to use energy as health.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource point.
Normal pace, Eldar.
Good knockback there on the Tech Marine.
They have targeted us.
The Tech Marine is still receiving quite a bit of fire there. The shield is almost down. The shield does go down right there. Tactical Marines are starting to engage as well, but they don't down a model. Sergeant Upgrade has been researched. And Howling Banshee still shouted far, far too early. He must have misclicked there. They're only good at shouting people in people's faces, not at shouting people out of range. Plasma grenade does get thrown there, getting killed there, as well as a good shotgun knockback onto those Guardian squads. Guardians will need to fall back. Yes, they do.
They ever heard. What does a
The enemy
Bastion
is claiming a victory point.
Say what is needed.
The generator
Fortune's
will
tide
be
recedes from us.
hacked apart as well. Second generator will go down. Late response here, so a third one, the last one, may go down as well. Scout squad camouflaging around, going for a sneaky grenade there. Pulls out of camouflage at the last moment in order to get the grenade off. Enough energy. And he will get good kills there. One model remaining on the Guardian weapon team. There is a single Ranger here as well. Oh, no, there's two Rangers there.
Right Lance cannon.
Bright Lance Cannon? He's upgrading this to Bright Lance Cannon. One scout does actually go down as well. He's actually down a scout squad. He does, of course, spot the Dreadnought. That's why he got the... is researching the Bright Lance. We do have the Falcon deployed now. A nice skimmer.
Moving to cover.
Normal pace, Eldar.
Active Marine and Dreadnought making their advance together. Active Marine, of course, can repair up while the Bright Lance is severely wounded. Needs to fall back. Is captured a point now as well. Seeing this, he needs to retreat back immediately. Ooh, if this model goes down, it's so close to going down. The gun will be destroyed, but does manage to escape out.
Say what is needed.
We stand upon.
Marcia has been
newly
upgraded the
gained
armor of Fortune, which of course allows her to target a nearby unit to give them good damage resistance.
Ready. One of our generators is under attack.
That power point does get deactivated there. Generator has been rebuilt here as this generators are being both burned up by the Dreadnought. The Bright Lance is getting reinforced. Fully reinforced now. Bright Lance not at a good angle there. Falcon trying to get some shots in, and we've got the trenches Sentry Gun now being deployed on out. Second generator has been destroyed as well. Bright Lance trying to find an angle there. Fire Dragons being deployed on out as well. Bright Lance going way too far forward. The Dreadnought is trying to charge it. Howling Banshees do not have their extra arc so no anti-vehicle weapon. And there goes the Howling Banshees to the stomp. But the Dreadnought itself will go down as well, even using Global Will to try to keep alive. There's too much fire from the Fire Dragons and the Bright Lance. The Bright Lance needs to start targeting that Tarantula Sentry Gun. And so Falcon does receive quite a bit of fire right there. Got a missile launcher on the Tactical Marine Squad. Grenades been thrown, get some good damage on both those squads. Farseer is trying to engage as well. And he is reinforcing the Guardian weapon team there with the Falcon. Missile launcher needs to line up one more shot there. Fires through sort of rocket into the Guardian weapon team. Guardian weapon team is almost fully destroyed.
We are in the fray.
And these looks like the Eldari player will manage to escape out with all of his squads. Another Dreadnought being deployed. Now that's an expensive investment. Maybe a good idea to fly another Tactical Marine Squad upgraded to Stormguard veterans. Stormguard veterans would be a good hybrid squad to engage the Falcon as well as infantry. That is far too low. There could be a snipe shot from the Tech Marine. And the snipe shot being selected on Falcon does actually get the white there on the Tech Marine with the Ranger as well. Now it's risky, a bit too risky, I would say.
Victory!
Adding warp generator.
And we'll go ahead and rebuild those generators now.
There is the victory objective.
Both players have a lot of red points stored up. Both of them have enough for their nuke, just don't have the technology for the nuke.
Adding support structure. The Space Marines are taking one of our resource points. Generator operational.
Tie our hands.
Support structure complete.
Need some good damage there onto the Tactical Marine Squad.
Strategic location spotted.
Dreadnought make his way forward. He will, of course, find the Falcon. He still has the Bright Lance alive. It's right there in a good position. Though he does receive a frag grenade there from a flanking Scout Squad. The Falcon can reach and start hitting that Scout Squad. Missile launcher engaging the Falcon as well. Tactical Marine still down. The Ranger does escape on out.
Are they afraid to close?
And this launcher squad does fall back. The scout squad is nearly at full health
We
as
are
well.
assembled.
And he's going to take time to repair up the Dreadnought. Another scout being deployed now, probably for capping pressure. He needs to keep a scout squad near the Dreadnought for repairs because he probably wants to keep his Tech Marine not
We do what we must.
constantly repairing up his forces.
We are guided by a greater force.
And it looks like we do have a webway gate being deployed on out. All over here as well.
The enemy has 200 points remaining.
Falcon is not fully repaired. And getting some good damage there on that scout squad. Tech Marines advancing.
Our guardians have given their lives.
Getting some great damage there onto the Guardian squad with just the snipe ability. But he is reinforcing the front line thanks to the Falcon.
Guardians have come afield.
Right side, Dreadnought is starting to advance. Won't really accomplish all too much over there. But send over a scout squad to capture this point, and perhaps decapture or deactivate the power point. Dreadnought going for a flank. Not sure how a large thing like that goes for a flank, but apparently this is how.
Nevertheless,
Right Lance may need to fall back. He will be tied up in melee by the Dreadnought. Trying to avoid additional fire, actually receiving literal fire there. Receives some good melee hits in there, and does take out the Guardian Weapon team entirely. Falcon trying to get some damage in. The Fire Dragons also went down when the engagements they were first deployed out with. The Farseer is falling back as well. Both sides have lost a significant amount of force. Another Fire Dragon is going out. This launcher is advancing. Does go ahead and take out one of the generators, and global repairs have been activated.
Ranger squad here. They attack Marine attacks.
Missile does take out the Falcon there. I didn't realize that low in health. Not the most durable thing, unless you get the energy shield breach further the Falcon. And we do have this Ranger squad falling back. Does receive one good melee hit there by the Dreadnought. Osmate was thrown, but it does force back the Apothecary Tech Marine.
Escalation cancelled. We will stand against any
Fire Dragon is being upgraded with the Fire Dragon Exarch.
enemy space marines are claiming a victory objective.
And the VBs are still counting down against the Tech Marine, who's down 100 tickets.
Space marines have targeted one of our structures.
Fire Dragon is getting a good engagement there onto the Dreadnought. Scott's going forward for a shotgun blast. Does get suppression there. He does have that one upgrade which gives shock knockback immunity. Now he's going to go and try to tie up the Fire Dragons up in melee. Doesn't have anything to hold him back. Maybe there's Guardians who tried punching the Dreadnought in order to keep it away from the Fire Dragons. Rangers do receive a deadly hit there, and Fluid gets wiped out there. Now global repairs being activated as well. Still not enough anti-vehicle. Maybe another squad of Fire Dragons. He is had that 3. You bring in an Eldritch Storm. Maybe time for a Fire Prism. A Fire Prism wouldn't be half bad. It does take out the Guardian squad as well, so he has no repairs. So maybe not a Guardian squad. Maybe Seer Council.
Enemy grenade.
I doubt it's going to be Avatar War. The Farseer is engaging these scouts in melee. Does get a nice special attack there. Fire Dragon is pressing and pushing forward, not being reinforced at the moment.
We must save the lost one.
And is trying to repair up the Dreadnought now with a scout squad. And the Tech Marine's going to be sporting out as well, getting some extra repairs.
Reinforcements are most welcome. To cover, go.
We will stand against any enemy.
With haste.
Dreadnought will be fully repaired soon. We do have a Fire Prism deployed now. He will need to get he
We
actually
must save the lost
fresh
ones.
Guardians. I thought the Guardian squad got wiped out. Maybe even both the Ranger squads. My bad.
Fire has hemmed us in.
They lose fire upon
We have 200 points remaining.
Scouts do fall back away from the Guardian squad. The Guardian squad can capture this point. It's currently a double capture against the Adari player. And now we do have Assault Marines being pulled out. Could be for Vanguard veterans, maybe just for melta
One
bombs.
of our structures is under. We are achieving our goals.
High explosive rounds do connect with the Tech Marine. Assault Cannon has been put up by the Dreadnought. The Fire Prison needs to load up some armor piercing.
The fire of the heavens is at your command.
Does load up armor piercing right there. Let's get a snipe shot there. Fire Dragon and that Fire Dragon's immediately dead. Oof.
They loose fire upon us.
Should be another Fire Prison available soon. With the amount of resources the Farseer stored up. If after getting another Fire Dragon, maybe a good idea to get out another Scout for repairs. Missile Launcher does receive a nice high explosive round there. Assault Marines have been upgraded the Melta Bomb. They're solely meant to hunt down these forces. You got a Seer Council now deployed on out by the Farseer. Still has enough for Eldritch Storm. Maybe at this point in time, another Fire Dragon squad. High explosive rounds do knock back the supporting units.
The prism cannon is yours to command.
This launch does roll a miss there. Let's throw another round onto the Scout squad. Seer Council still charging forward, trying to get some hits there onto the repairing squad. Melta Bombs will connect. And now we have the Guardian squad pushing some damage there onto the Tech Marine, who's down half health. Good shotgun knockback there on the Seer Council. Seer Council will be falling back. Guardian squad is still pursuing. The Fire Prison has recovered from the slope. Nope, just received it. Fire Prison will go and back away. It does get some good hits there onto the Tech Marine. Guards will take up time to repair up the Fire Prison right there. Tier 3 being researched by the Tech Marine, so you will have Orbital Strike available soon. And maybe I am for Orbital Strike to finish off the infantry squads. Has a good amount of resources stockpiled as well. Another Fire Prison still a possibility. Guardians will attack with the VP now, as these missiles do finish up the rest of those generators. Whatever energy she has is what she will get. Not worth the time to build out a generator at this point in time. Sure, capturing up the power points would be more than plenty. That's about it.
We are in the fray.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Fire Prison is still not been repaired. Going to have to rely on the maximum range.
There is no glory in pointless defeat.
They loose fire upon us.
Seer Council making their advance. May see a shotgun knockback there. Yes, we do. It does not immediately take time to restart the capture either. Seer Council will go ahead and pursue the Scout Squad, not on the capture point. Now they're capturing the point. And Scout Squad will be eyeing. They do throw a frag grenade there. And that's going to be a successful frag grenade. Gives great damage there. Seer Council or heavy infantry. So they can still withstand quite a bit of abuse. Guardians and Farseer advancing. She uses the... And there goes the Fire Prison. Ray forward on the build queue does get canceled there.
We are in the fray. They loose fire upon us.
Guardian squad does lose a model there to the Assault Cannon. We've seen lots of fire from that Dreadnought. And now we do have the Avatar of War deployed on out.
Sense desperation in our foe.
The VPs are still healthy in favor of the Eldari player as compared to his opponent, but both players are honestly low.
Tactical retreat.
Scouts going to capture this point here. This point is still captured on up, still neutral capture, so selling off the Avatar will be useful. Needs to make sure the Guardian squad goes around the flanks, capture some points, use the Seer Council and Farseer to capture another point with the support of the Avatar.
It is a fuselage.
Scouts are pushing their way forward. They may get a shotgun blast on the Seer Council. They will get a nice knockback actually in return. Does get a shotgun blast there, and now the Scout Squad is falling back severely wounded, but we'll go ahead and
We are in the fray.
be alive. All 5 models still alive in the Zero Council, but they're below half health.
There is the victory objective. They lose fire upon us.
The Assault Marines may get a hit there on the Farseer. Guardian Squad does fall back. There is a Transit Sentry Gun deployed on out by the Tech Marine. Unusual angle. The Avatar has been deployed now. Both players has their nuke available, so there's probably going to be one last final engagement. Triple capture against the Farseer. She's bleeding tickets fast. They need to capture at this point here, and another squad needs to go over here. At this point, it's a little bit too contested with this sentry gun. And at this current rate, I don't think the Farseer will have time to capture one. With the... Yep, that's getting put decaptured at that point in time. And the Avatar War did not even get itself even seen, I believe. By the way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see. Just cast a replace for this person, so let's go and skip on. Same name again. Interesting. Both of them are not maxed out rank. Maybe a lower level game. Plus, these 2 names I don't really recognize. I think I cast one of them once. But let's go and cast this replay. I have no idea what the quality will be. It's always fun to cast lower ranking games. You can really tell what you can do to improve on what mistakes, that sort of thing. And no music. Let's go and just restart the replay so the music is playing, because if sometimes the music doesn't play, and the music does help out quite a bit. But casting, let's assume that these are lower ranking players. Plus, having lower ranking players who realize, like, oh, somebody cast my replay? It can be really exciting for them, encouraging them to play a bit more and learn more. There's music. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Dawn of War 2 replay. It's on the south side as the red, biggest, and the strongest war boss. We have Alpha Ninja Mang. Spawning the north side as the Plague Champion, we have Dawn's Elite. We do have Chaos Marines versus Shudas. Like, going to see a second squad of Shudas and a second squad of Heretics. That is what I'm guessing. The war boss immediately goes to VP. This map has 2 VPs on the left, 1 on the right. But compared to most maps, there's actually a hole in the center rather than debris around the left and right. So the lack of congestion is in the middle. You may see some congestion right here, but probably most fights are going to devolve around here, eyeing for both VPs.
We shall triumph.
Requisition point is being captured on up. Power point being captured by the Heretics. We do have 2 Heretics and 2 Shudas, so I did guess correctly. Tactical Marines, not Tactical Marines, Chaos Marines are trying to eye for some heavy cover there, but that is a squad of Sluggers, not Shudas. Does receive quite a bit of damage right there. The Chaos Marines could tie in melee with the support of the Plague Marines nearby. The Sluggers will need to fall back relatively soon. And mass retreat out by the Chaos player. Didn't drop any models there. The Sluggers are capturing up the power point, but no bleed here, a lot of bleed here. I don't mind people retreating back early. In that case, he probably retreating back early was a good idea because he did save all the models in the Chaos Marines. The Plague Champion wouldn't be able to do much in the engagement. He may be able get some more damage on the Slugger, get one more model, but that's probably about it.
You give ground to the enemy. Fight harder.
Ritual being activated, trying to get some good health regen on this Chaos Marine. Doesn't want to stick around back at base. That's very understandable. Nowhere near full health, but will need to perhaps keep this Heretic squad nearby for support in rituals. This Heretic squad, however, is very far forward and needs to fall back right now. It looks like we've got the Daka, or the bigger shooters upgrade on these orcs. I always get that mixed up with the MechBoys Daka upgrades. It's basically the same weapon, just depending on what squad. Heretics that can be focused on by the War Boss, maybe a good idea to detonate one of the models. Chaos Marine not being zoned out by the War Boss. And too much fire coming out onto those Heretics, forcing them to fall back there as the Chaos Marines are just trying to run away from the War Boss. War Boss is at full health still. Light Shaper will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Has got a lot of damage there on the shooters, forcing them both to fall back. Very nice. Just leaving the War Boss to capture points, which all these points nearby are captured. The lack of generators. We do have 2 generators right here. No generators right here. Got both these points activated. This guy's a lot of observers in this match. Let's see, we got a overtly generous sort of hard to read, the blue on blue. The other one I think was just named Slime. So there's actually a pair of observers. Generators are all deployed out here. This maybe is lower ranking game. Because honestly, the campaign does not teach you about generators at all. So this is something that may blindside new players, the fact that you can build generators of power points and activate the power point, but you simply cannot do that in the campaign. That is a big failing on the campaign's part, to fail to teach people the mechanics of multiplayer. Though I suppose that's simply the way with Dawn of War, or the other Dawn of War 2's games, but those are more significantly different because those are based around just controlling a bunch of heroes, which is significantly different than the campaign itself. But while the campaign in Retribution does mimic the multiplayer. We got the 2 shooters pushing the way forward as well. Great special attack there by the War Boss. Or maybe those stomp upgrades. One of the Heretics does fully go down there. The storms. Oh, stomps. Yep, those stomps were pretty good. One generator does go down there by the Burnas. Very nice. I haven't seen a single model detonation as well. I think the like champion player doesn't realize you really need to start blowing up your own guys. It's very effective. This power node is deactivated. The Noise Marines have to maintain their range because there's a lot of shooters here, and Sluggers, they do want to get the melee. They will go and get tied up in melee. Does get a nice knockback there. They're actually quite wounded. Chaos Marines getting some great damage, and I don't think they have Eternal War upgrade either. Which I've seen other players not get Eternal War, so that's actually not super uncommon, but it's generally a good idea in my opinion. Looks like the Orc player has blown out his own generators. I wonder if he realized that he activated the point, so he does know about the build generators. Both players are pretty, well, the Orc player is still pretty low in power, and now his generators can be bashed because the Noise Marines, of course, an excellent anti-building weapon. Does that activate Ritual right there, which is probably a good idea? The Heretics won't really pitch in any real damage when you have the Noise Marines nearby, and the extra health regen can be very useful for the Plague Champion, Plague Marines, as well as Noise Marines. Where are the Orcs? Shooters making the way forward. We've got some Nobbliers here and Sluggers. It has, of course, have the Burners. No upgrades on the War Boss. Plague Champion does not have any upgrades either. Does get knocked back there, knocking back his own forces. That was a horrendous play. It did more damage than good, knocking back all of its entire army. War Boss now charging towards perhaps the generators. We got double capture of points, a capture in favor of the Plague Marines, who's now his opponent now counting down tickets against his opponent. Heretics with grenade launchers been researched. That should have been supporting the squad. The Heretic without the weapon upgrade should be one capturing up squads. Grenade launcher squad is an excellent weapon, but of course needs to be firing against the enemy to be useful. Does get some damage there, does get throw out some knockback grenades there, does get the shooters, and he will escape out there. He may drop one model, but that's acceptable losses for Heretics.
Our temple's dark majesty grows with our power.
Something I realized just well, I saw my heater turned on, so I need to turn that off between this game and next game. Another ritual being activated. This Heretics was not fully reinforced, nor any Aspiring Champions. The Aspiring Champion is basically a mandatory upgrade for the Heretics.
You deal ground to the enemy. Fight harder.
Gain some good damage there on the War Boss. And now the burn is coming from another gen bashing. And with these generators a bit damaged still, it'll go down quickly. Hopefully he targets the low health one first. I think he just, yep, there we go. He turned off melee combat now. Generator does go down, the other one will go down even quicker. Grenades and knockback grenades, and he does not get that low health generator just yet. So he does manage to save one of his generators. Here 2 being researched by the War Boss now. We've got a Blood Crusher. The Blood Crusher should be very effective. And I'm going to be blunt and probably more effective in lower rank games and higher rank games, because you probably won't see any vehicle weapons by the Orc anytime soon unless it goes straight for a Death Dread. Nope, these are not Battle Took Part in. These are replays downloaded from the Dawn of War 2 Elite mod site. The War Boss does go down. And these forces are pursuing. At this current rate, if he's to continue running away, maybe a good idea just do a full retreat. But got the burners now advancing. Knockback grenades. Unpredicted where the cover he was going to try to go for, but that was not a correct prediction. Good idea before the prediction. A lot of grenades now raining on in, getting some good damage there onto the shooters. Burners getting some good damage in, but they're stuck in the range mode still. And that was some great hits there as well. AoE weapons, of course, do good AoE damage. Blood Crusher now starting to chop his way forward. Noise Marines are still alive. Needs to be reinforced. We do have Death Dread, which would be useful engaging the Blood Crusher. War Boss pushing his way forward. Do see the Noise Marines starting to engage as well. The other Noise Marine model is way back there. It does get the knockback there on with the Noise Marines. Actually, it's pinning him against the wall. And now the Heretics will run away. They're not in that sort of thing. They're not so much. And now the Tactical Chaos Marines do get knocked back there and being upgraded with the Eternal War upgrade now. Generators up here has been fully rebuilt. I'm not so sure who wins in a fight between Boulder Crusher and Death Dread. I will assume Death Dread. We also have a squad of Grecians now on the field being upgraded with the Gert Orderlies, or Got Orderlies. I'm not so sure what that does.
Your forces obey you.
Grants the Fix 'em Up, which heals an allied Orc unit for 10 HP per second for 10 seconds, while stunning them for 5 seconds. So he does, basically, the Grecians become a basic medic.
Your units fulfill your command.
Oh, what the heck was that? Da Boy's hut? Looks like the Gretchens deployed out structure. I'm actually not familiar with this structure. I guess that's forward reinforcements. I see some sort of aura ability as well.
They beg for sound.
And the Plague Champion has picked up with the Plague Fist, so it is an anti-vehicle weapon. You may be eyeing for the Death Dread there. It's been upgraded with Burner Blitz. Blood Crusher trying to hit the shooters right there. As the War Boss is seeing a lot of fire, has been upgraded the Big Bang Hammer. Blood Crusher will need to fall back relatively soon. Could be used a ritual to help get him some good health regen. Give him 13 health regen per second. Looks like the Plague Champion does activate a Plague Fist ability there. Blood Crusher's going to try to run away, receive a lot of fire there, and we'll see some melee hits there as aggressions are also punching the Blood Crusher. Death Dread does get the kill there. Has got the Chaos Heretics now being engaged in melee by the Sluggers. Chaos Marines still engaging as well. The Slugger Squad is falling back, leaving 2 models, including the Knob, all that remains, which looks like the Knob has plenty of health right there. Now Plague Champ's going to start engaging in melee. You can see a ritual there to give some good health regen, helping duel out versus Death Dread. And it looks like the squad of aggressions now getting back outside of the boys' hut. Is this a garrison of some sort? Looks like it is actually a bunker. Grenades are raining on in, which are very effective versus garrisons. But both the Heretic squads are quite wounded. Plague Champion has received a bit too much fire there. It looks like he does have a Plague Marine squad with trying to find some missiles into Death Dread. Death Dread is trying to zone him out in particular. Chaos Marines getting some good damage there on the War Boss. Another Plague Marine squad has been pulling out. Does fire another missile there, gains some good hits there. And the missiles do, of course, slow down the Death Dread. It is, fires the missile on the wrong target there, so Death Dread will manage to escape on out there, but barely. The War Boss does go down. Plague Champions are receiving quite a bit of fire there. The squad of may need to fall back sooner rather than later. Quite wounded. Does fall back to heavy cover, so now he's fighting from cover, which is always a good idea. Death Dread is still on the front line, still severely wounded. So that both of the shooters do get inside. It's probably only good to get one in there. There's a lot of extra models in there. And here comes Grenade Launchers, getting some great AoE damage. This is launcher raining on in as well. The structure itself is almost down. Being inside a structure before as it goes down does completely kill everything inside, but it does evacuate in time. War Boss has been redeployed. Still just upgraded the Big Bang Hammer. Does get a nice knockback there on the Plague Marines as one models do go down. What's causing all those rumbles? War Boss goes down once again. How many times the War Boss has gone down?
Enemy units, all too healthy.
We do have now a Weird Boy deployed out on the field. No upgrades just yet. Death Dread is now receiving some Plague Fist fire as well as some missiles from the Plague Marines.
Structure destroyed.
Those are the Weird Boys giving a nice little brain blast there. Not the one up in Jimmy Neutron.
You give ground to the enemy. Fight harder.
Do you have a Chaos Dreadnought being deployed now? I'm not sure what variation he should go for. This launcher wouldn't be half bad. The unupgraded wouldn't be half bad. Wallace wouldn't be half bad either. He is lacking a lot of anti-vehicle weapons. This time the Dreadnought with the Power Claws would be quite effective. Of course, Weird Boy can engage against vehicles. His general anti-purpose weapon. Warphead increases the Weird Boy's energy by 500, so it gets double energy, so it's able to cast a lot of abilities. Scouts, Chaos Heretics does get a fire, gets some knockback grenades off, which deals, and also gets the Photoborg ability, so 225 plasma cannon damage. Oh yeah, that's a really powerful ability. They used to be like a global ability for one of the orcs. I don't know why that Dreadnought looks like more orc than chaos. Gains some good damage there on Death Dread. Death Dread trying to target forward, but we'll see multiple missile hits there from the Plague Marines. Let's get some more and more hits right there. Autocannon can help finish it off as well. We're seeing fire from multiple sources, and Death Dread does go down. Sluggers receiving quite a bit of fire right there as the Chaos Marines are getting overwhelmed. Chaos Marines do fall back. They do get fully wiped there. Noise Marines are falling back as well. So nice little pick there for the Orcs. And it's only one Heretic squad left as well for repairs and for rituals. The Slugger squad does fall back now. Receiving a bit too much fire. This is going for the Mark of Corn, going for a heavy melee Dreadnought, while his opponent is pointing out some tank busters there to help engage the Dreadnought.
Your forces obey you.
We also got some Orc power generators right there, since these ones have been destroyed. I'm not sure if there's some recent destruction there, but there's some extra ones over here. The Orc doesn't have a whole lot of power reserves, nor does he have any requisition reserves. The Weird Boy is going to take time to capture up this VP. The VPs are heavily in favor for the Orcs.
Let the Chaos Legions march from the Eye of Terror.
And this Plague Marine squad will fall back away from the horde of Orcs. Advancing, trying to get some good hits there onto the Sluggers. Got the knockback grenades going on it, and got the Blastmaster cannon there. Good knockbacks there on the shooters. The Blastmaster, if they return over here, that would be a deadly hit. They get a good hit there. Water Barrage from the Tank Busters was ineffective, and now the Chaos Dreadnought's almost down to half health. We got a Master Tree coming out by the Orcs. The Plague Champion can be used for repairs, as well as the Heretic Squad. The Chaos Dreadnought needs to fall back now.
You are failing your gods.
And the Weird Board does fall away from the Plague Marines. Got another squad of Tank Busters. These boys got rockets.
Your pain and blood worthy of a Black Crusade.
Blastmaster sitting up in more forward position. The Heretic squad needs to help keep its flank secure with the grenades, but needs to also make sure it repairs up the Dreadnought. Grenades do get some drops there. Blastmaster connects. Here comes the Mortar Barrage on top of the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought's being ripped apart. Blastmaster gets another deadly hit there. Dreadnought is still alive, but barely is enough to be repaired. And another Blastmaster shot gains great hits there. Holy crap. Plague Champion will need to fall back sooner rather than later as well. Gets a hit there onto the Tank Busters. The Dreadnought is behind cover. He can go for Mortar Barrage, he knows where it's at. He is going for Mortar Barrage, but he will, the Chaos Dreadnought will go back into the barrage to killing it. He did a great job dodging it, but then decided to play catch. We now have a Land Raider Phobos being deployed now. I didn't realize it's going for a Land Raider. At first glance, I thought that was a Predator, but that's definitely not a Predator. That's going to puke onto the Noise Marines, forcing them back.
This is not the victory you promised us.
These forces are healed and reinforced. Well, almost healed. He actually did lose one of the tank busters as well, perhaps to that noise blaster. Because I just remember there's a whole bunch of Gibbs right there. Looks like the Weird Boy's being upgraded with the Warpath. The Plague Champion has received lots of fire there. It does fall back now. And Laterator Phobos has been deployed on out. Chaos Marines or Chaos Heretics are advancing. Does receive a nice hit there. Still no Inspiring Champion upgrade onto it. The Laterator Phobos is charging forward. Blastmaster gets a good hit there, but the squad was retreating. Laterator Phobos has received 1 point of damage.
We have 100 points remaining.
Rockets do find a hit there, not getting a whole lot of damage done. Does get a nice volley there. Apparently there's no rear armor effect there. Blastmaster gets a direct hit right there, forcing back the rocket squad, and that's all the ATV from the region. The shooters need to fall back as well. On the left side, we've got the burners charging forward. We got first squad of heretics here, perhaps for capping. Does get nice hits there. As the Plague Champion starting engaging, then still no extra upgrades. He actually gets a shrine right there. I can see back here for extra health regen, but why right there? Okay, I'm not sure why there's a Nurgle shrine right there. I can see there like being a Zinch or Horn for defense, but the Nurgle one doesn't do that. Saga Squad will fall back in time. We've got mass force right here. Oh, he is at tier 3. Could potentially see the Chaos Portal. We got the Foot of Fork now raining on in. The Foot of Fork does get a direct hit. Now it's time for the Chaos Portal. We got the Plague Wave coming on in. Mortal Barrage now raining on in. Getting some great damage in there. Still plenty of health remaining. And Blastmaster does force back these squads. And the Plague Champion will take time to repair up the Land Raider Phobos as the Plague Marines could go ahead and capture the reposition point. On the left side, Heretics are capturing up the VPs.
Summon all the kin of chaos.
Summon all the kin of chaos. I'm not sure what that means. Heretic squad's getting ripped apart. Still no model detonations there. That would be a perfect time to detonate one of the models, but it does lose that squad. Kin of Chaos. Chosen Plague Marines have been deployed on out. I didn't actually remember them having plasma pistols. I actually don't really see them all too much.
We cannot be denied.
Blastmaster finds a good hit there. Could have been a bit more deadly. Burners are trying to tie up the Plague Marines, but do get knocked back there. Blastmaster finds another good hit in. I think what's not hitting the Land Raider. And the Chosen Chaos Marines are getting some great hits on the Burners as they're slowly picking them apart. Weird Boy's almost down. Does bomb on top of the Blastmaster there. Does fall back. And the Weird Boy does go down. And of course, oh yeah, the Plague Champions, Chosen Plague Marines do, of course, summon out zombies. The Plague Champion also can have weapons that do that as well. I do like that weapon for the Plague Champion. bit more effective versus the lighter infantry because you get a lot of potential value from it. But even getting more and more expensive units, they get all their energy. They have like 100% energy, and they have all access to all the abilities. Grenade launchers are raining on in. Get some damage there onto these sluggers. And we got a nice hit there by the Blastmaster. The Blastmaster, of course, is light artillery. It's more medium, honestly. Chaos Heretics will go down there. We of course got the Chaos Terminators being upgraded with Lightning Claws. Not fighting against any sort of vehicles for quite some time. The Lightning Claws will do some great work. Triple capture in favor of the Plague Champion in this game is just over. Blastmaster firing point blank shot gets a pretty good hit there. Mayor Phobos has still quite healthy. Still too much against it and has so far not effective enough. Norseman's having a class pawn, does receive some more rockets there from the Pink Blisters, but at this point in time, Land Raider can go down. Those are Plague Marines pushing their way forward, trying to hit those shooters. As the Plague Champion now receiving the base weapon fire, and that is the end of the game. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching.